It's the weekend. It's time to go find treasure. I've got my drink. I've got my list. Let's do this. It's supposed to be 2 or 3 in this neighborhood. Let's see what we find or don't find it. Had a sign down here. Yeah, here we go. Looks like a pretty large one. Turn around and park and we'll see what they got. Alright, so here's what I ended up with. Found this little duck radio. She acted like it worked, so we'll see. I didn't have any batteries with me to try it out, but it's cute. It looks like brand new. I have $3 for that. Found a Polly Pockets game. It's got all the pieces. It's a little shop worn, but I gave $2 for that. Haven't seen one of those. This was from almost back in my day. This is in the 70s. It has all the pieces. Muppet Game. It's got all the pieces to it. Checked it out, so I gave $1 for it. She wanted 10 for these. I'm looking for tennis shoes. These she said she wore twice, and that they were just a little long for her, and she never took them back or anything like that. And they do look brand new, Reeboks. So I'm gonna try those out. If they don't fit me, I can sell them. So I went on and gave $5 for that. So $11 altogether. First stop. See what else is out there. It's a nice day today. At this one, I found 7 of these. These are all brand new. And these are, let's see if I can get one hooked up. Hard to do with one hand, and somebody probably watching you over there. But these are bracelets made in Indonesia. They're hand beaded. I found 7 of those, and I talked to the lady, and they actually were made in Indonesia. I knew they looked like it, but you know how that goes. Found another pair of tennis shoes. Found a pair of New Balance. The little girl wore them 2 or 3 times and they didn't fit her. Just kind of like the same story on these other ones. Those were $4. And then I found a handful of other jewelry. I won't pull them both out, but I found a pair of earrings like this. Well, yeah, I will pull them both out. There they are. I found this pen. Like that last sale where I found the beaded bracelets from Indonesia, I got to talking to the lady and told her about our church, my church, and invited her to church. She was raised Southern Baptist like I was, but she was looking for a non-denominational church, which is where I go. And we got to talking about it and things like that, and I think she's going to come and visit when I'm there sometime, maybe this weekend. She got her husband to come outside, and so that was kind of a nice little visit. We have a lot in common. That we were raised, she was raised by a minister, so, and I traveled as a gospel singer for a while, and so we had a lot to talk about this morning. That was kind of a cool little stop. She's a very nice lady, so I'll give a shout out to Ruth if she's watching. Let's see what we've got up here. This one was not going to open until 8:30. It is 9:12. So we'll see if they have any deals left. Yard sales with the mother figure today. Let's see what we can find. mother figure with me for a reason. She's bringing me a Harley windshield that I purchased in with a box full of stuff. Grab this from Mommy. Hi, Mommy. That might make it worth nothing, but...
Had you seen that?
Oh, yeah. The whole box is $5. But it's got a lot of Harley parts in it. Yeah, we're just going to sit this here.
Can I help you?
No, I'm good.
Well, I got
Thanks.
this till you're ready to take it.
Well, we got several of the Harley pieces in here. It's $5 for the whole kit and caboodle. So some of it is not Harley, but most of it is Harley in here. I also found some tennis shoes for myself. Yay, for $1. Yeah. Found video. And this is a Nike belt. So we're doing good today. You having fun?
You did good.
Yeah. See, I bring her along for encouragement. Let's see what they got at the next one.
All right, I'm ready.
You want to always stop at the small ones. You never know what they might have. I found these. These are vintage. Most are in good shape. Don't know if you can see it in the sun, but this is Lifetime Cutlery knives. These are all vintage. I gave $2 for the set. It's got a meat fork and everything, but those are all the same. They're from like the 60s. Not sure if it went into the 50s, but all of these, some are in a little better shape than others on that. But I do sell a lot of the vintage knives. This is my main thing I bought. This is brand new in box, never been used. It's a coffee grinder. I looked it up and they're selling for around 80, around 75 to 80 right now on eBay. Shipped, I believe, if I remember right. So I'm going to try and sell it locally first if my daughter doesn't grab it. So that ought to be a good little hit right there. On to the next one. Found a family estate sale, so we're going to look around a little bit in here, see what we can find. Some cool things already sold, it looks like. Little liquor bottle collection and so forth. I'll film as I can. I don't like to film much at the private ones like this, just because. But we'll see what we can find. I was looking around Marketplace this morning and hadn't really intended on getting out very much, but there was an estate sale or a partial estate sale that they were supposed to have this weekend, but they didn't list an address in there. And I looked on estatesales.net, didn't see it there, so I thought, well, it's a private one, and they just forgot to put the address in there, which people are bound to do from time to time if they don't have these. So I messaged the guy. He gave me the address, and he said, actually, we'll be there tomorrow talking about today. And he said, anytime after 10, you're welcome to come look early. I said, okay. So I meandered over there and found some things. They had already had 2 or 3 people come in, I think, from some of the local antique shops and stuff like that. And they're going to buy the bigger items like furniture and stuff like that, which is pretty much what they bought. I found this tin, and it's full of all of the vintage ornaments. Got several of these that look like they were either handmade or they were made by a souvenir shop type of thing. It's got a lot of the little flocked ornaments like this. I found a couple of these little jumpers. It's where you pull the string and he dances. Wooden ones. Got some of the larger and smaller, both of the ones like made in Taiwan. The wooden ones. Some of these I'm missing heads and things, but it's probably down in there actually. These people are pretty good in this era of time about keeping their things together. These are some of the little beaded ones. I'll probably lot these up and just sell, in a lot of similar. She's missing her little eye, but I can probably actually... Oh, no, she's not missing it. Look, he's winking, and she's winking. She's just winking a little more faded. But things like that, I mean, people love the old nostalgia. A few pieces I'm going to pull out and keep on my tree, but I got that, and this bucket will be really good. I've got some things that I can use this for, so I thought that was kind of cool. Several of the little ones that crept over here. I've got a lot of these seashell ones. Those are really neat. Those are cute. Found one little golden book. Found this. This is a flask bottle, a glass one, and it's vintage. It's got the shot glass on top. And of course, it stores down in the flask container, and then it shows through here whether your bottle's half full or quarter full, or what does it say on the bottom? I don't know. What does that say? Can you tell in the light? I'm in very poor light. Don't know. If I know, I'll put it in the video. Found the 3 little trinket boxes here. They don't sell for a lot, but I do try and lot things up like this, and the little hand-painted Delft type look that's still popular. People like to put them with their Flow Blue and the Blue Willow and stuff like that, so those are kind of cool. Got a couple of razors. This one's a Schick, and this one is a Gillette. Doesn't say Gillette, but it's got the Gillette symbol on it. This is it Evans? Yeah. This is an Evans lighter. I'll have to open it up and make sure, that all of it works. It's got some surface damage, but that's a nice old piece. Bottle opener. And it still has the original box. I sell quite a few of those, the ones that are figurals like that. I also got these that were figurals. Little snowman. Santa Claus corkscrew. These, I love these. I may end up keeping these. I've got to see what kind of set I've got. I know I have a couple of butter knives in here, but I don't know if I have enough. But if I've got enough for like a set of 4 or 6, it'd be even better, but I don't think it's enough in there for that. But these are the Epic brand. It's part of Echo. This is even a waxed box like they used to put them in, but these are really cool. It's stainless, but it's got the Bakelite style handles on those. Found these turkey, salt, and pepper. I was going to say turkey and turkey. Turkey, salt, and pepper, and they both have the bottoms on them, so those are cool. They're really heavy. That's a nice little set. Found this. This is a first edition. Henry Lloyd has passed away. I'm not sure about George Ball, I believe is how you say his name. They were the gatekeepers at Graceland Security. This is a first edition. If he was still alive, I've got a friend, John Daly, that does a lot of vending for me of the Graceland items and the Elvis Presley items, and I'm sure he could take it right to Mr. Lloyd, and he would actually sign this book. So it's unfortunate for a lot of reasons that he has passed away, but those books still do sell. Found this. This was a good buy. Probably amounted to about, what, maybe $2. This is brand new, never been opened. It's a vintage set of the Aramis, and when you open it, you can smell it, you know, in there. But this is one of the Christmas sets that they would have put out. This is usually, these will sell for around $30 to $50 just for this item alone. So, and you see the price tag on it was 15 boxes more, and I would have to sell as new old stock with an open box type of thing, and just kind of disclose all of that. The last interesting thing that I found, she had a whole bunch, the homeowner, he had a whole bunch of the brass pieces. And of course, in this age group, which this was a 90-year-old, that was just something, you know, of the day that they collected a lot of brass animals and things like that. Well, they had this one sitting up like that, and I pulled this off, and I said, oh, that's cool. And she said, yeah, it's a gavel. And she said, there's one inside. And so I opened it up, and I kind of looked at that one, and it was a little bit different. The handle's a little bit different, and they're real heavy. And I said, oh, those are interesting. And I said, I could resell these brass animals. And I said, but this, that's cool. I don't see that very often. I don't know that I've ever seen them made that way. And, you know, that it would be used as a paperweight or whatever. And she said, yeah, he was a judge. And I said, down here? And she said, yeah. And this is the daughter of the man that bought the house. And the man came around the corner, and he said, yeah, he said, I'm rehabbing the house and going to flip it. You know, he had bought it, and he said, I bought the contents with the house to keep them from having to clean it out. They just took whatever, the family took whatever they wanted. And I told them if I ran across anything like photos or something like that that was odd, you know, or something buried in the wall or something like that, I would return it to them, you know, and I kept their information. And I said, well, he was a judge, you know, he had told me that he was a judge and all of that in the area. And I said, well, what was his name? And he said, Pressgrove. And I just died laughing. And I said, I'm a Pressgrove. And I said, was it Joe Pressgrove? And he kind of hesitated a minute. He said, well, we know him by AL. And I said, well, yeah, that everybody called him Joe. But I said, yeah, that's what he went by. And I said, well, isn't that odd? And he said, well, we're just going to have to give you the family discount then. So like I said, I got all of this for $25, and got to speak to somebody and kind of made a relationship connection there as far as business is concerned, because this guy said I'm going to be the first on the list for him to call anytime that he's got some little partial estate type of things or whatever. And he said, because a lot of people won't come out unless it's a house full of stuff. And he said, most often I've just got a handful of things. And I said, well, I can help you identify some things. And I said, if you'll give me first shot at coming by to look at things, I can do that, and then I can direct you to somebody else that might be willing to buy the balance of it. So it's going to turn into a good little relationship, I think, and we're both excited about that. That'll be a double win. So, but that's what I did today. Happy junking.